Hey, it's Brendan Fleming, and in this video I want to talk a little bit about entitlement reform. But before I begin, I want to share the story of James Braddock. James Braddock was born in an Irish Catholic family in Hell's Kitchen, New York. And when he was a very young age, he moved across the river to New Jersey in a little town right next to where my mom grew up. James Braddock became a boxer in the 1920s, and then as the Depression hit, he was not making enough money boxing, and he became a longshoreman. And he did that for a couple years. But as the Depression worsened, there were a series of layoffs. He ended up unemployed. He ended up going on what's called relief, which was basically unemployment benefits at the time, before we had the system of unemployment benefits that we have today. Back then it was called relief. And it was a very humbling experience for him. He then later got a chance to get back into the ring and became a heavyweight champion boxer. And when he earned a lot of money boxing, he then went back to the state of New Jersey and repaid the benefits that he had received. And that story is very impressive to me. They made a movie about this about 20 years ago called Cinderella Man, which was a pretty famous movie. But this is a story about a man of a lot of character. He didn't have to pay the benefits back, but he did because it was the right thing to do. And when I think of entitlement reform, that story just kind of sticks in the back of my mind. I think what we need to do is look at a system where instead of just giving out money, that we do loans. And if someone is indigent and has no real income, no real assets, then we do provide assistance, just as we have been doing. But the person later acquires assets or later gets decent income, then the person would be required to pay back what they'd received. I think this is the better route to go versus just giving away money. If a person is, say, disabled and they remain disabled the rest of their life, remain indigent, such as someone getting SSI, and they never acquire any assets, never really have any income, then of course they would never pay back. But if that person later acquired assets or later had income, then they'd have the ability to pay back, and so they should pay back. What this would do is also help reduce the overall cost of the benefits, because if someone is on the fence of whether to go apply for benefits, if they know they're going to have to pay it back, they might think twice, might say, hey, why don't I just try to make it on my own? And if the person truly needs the benefits, then yes, they'll apply. And if we do the retirement system that I've talked about in some of these videos, where people put money into the new retirement system, and it's designed to where the person would never ever run out of money because the withdrawals are based on prior gains in life expectancy, then what's left in that system could actually be used to pay back the benefits that were expended during the person's lifetime. So this would actually be like a self-replenishing fund, and it would, in essence, it could actually provide even better benefits than what we have, with costing the taxpayers less money. We already do something similar with businesses right now. If a small business needs capital, they can apply for an SBA loan, Small Business Administration loan. These are loans, not gifts. If the business succeeds, the loan gets paid back. If the business ultimately fails, a lot of times the money doesn't get paid back. So we already kind of do something similar with businesses. This would be basically applying the same principles to individuals, so that the country doesn't keep running out of money on entitlements. And again, if the person never has the ability to pay back, they would never pay back. It'd only be the people that are in a temporary situation where their income is down low now, but in the future it goes up, then they would be able to pay back. Or they acquire certain assets down the road, they'd be able to pay back.